So, the author of this book was David Chef. I don't know. It's David Sheaf. um, and so I guess he wrote a bunch of other books about his son, but not just a beautiful boy. Um, he wrote get another one. He wrote Broken, I guess, and a couple other of books. Um, but in this book, it says that this book is meant for people that are going through addiction and stuff like that, going through addiction, um, or just not happy in general. It's supposed to be a bounce back book. It's supposed to make you go from such a horrible place to a great place. And you're gonna have to read the book and find out. But his dad turns it around in the end, and they're a happy family. There's more than just him. It's the father, his son, and then there's two daughters and the wife. And yeah, this book is to save lives and heal others. And yeah, so personally, this book doesn't relate to me because I don't do any of that stuff. But it was a really interesting book. I haven't really read an emotional book before. I don't read books that often, but when I do, I look for like adventure books, stuff that will get me into it. And this book got me into it in a different way. I was just interested in reading more and seeing what would happen to the son and how his sisters would react. Yeah, it's a crazy book. I definitely suggest this to anyone to read it. It's not just addicts. Anyone can read this book and feel good, and it's just a warm, heartful book that, like I say, going from a dark place to a happy place. That means you can turn it around. Whatever you're going through, if it's addiction or alcohol, drugs and stuff like that. If you're just having family problems, this book could really help. But this is a good book. I wasn't expecting to read a banned book that was like this. I wouldn't have expected this book to be on the banned list. This book is banned because of the mentioning of drugs and alcohol and foul language and not being age appropriate. So I would suggest this to an older person. Let's say high schoolers, definitely, when you're still thinking through your what you're gonna do with your life and stuff like that. And because there's a lot of high schoolers and adults trying new things that they don't know if they should be doing them, and they're trying them. And this book can seriously help and turn your life around. And A Beautiful Boy was a great book. Great review. Thank you. So when his son came back from school for a little bit, he was a very smart kid academically, and so he went to school and stuff, and his dad never really saw him, and he was doing good in school, but then one day the dad got a call from the teachers saying that he's not acting normal, not acting straight. And so the dad just wanted to see what's up with that, and so he asked his son one day, what's going on in school? And his son responds just so negatively, like nothing's going wrong, nothing's bad. And And so the son then goes into his room and is very frustrated, and he doesn't know why. And then he comes back out and tells his dad, "I don't know what's wrong with me." And he's like, "I need help, and I don't know what to do. I've been smoking pot my whole life." And so his dad eventually gets him help for that, and he does get a little help, but he does not stop smoking weed. He gets help in school. He gets a tutor and stuff like that. He gets a tutor, and he does get better in school. But his attitude with his friends and stuff, he lost all his friends because his friends were tired of the way he treated them. And so after high school, as soon as he graduated, he started doing meth at the age of 18. Started doing meth and created this horrible environment around him. He always he partied, drank and had weed, and did meth. And the meth really messed his son up, and the father didn't know what to do, and it was tearing his family apart because they were a very loving and loving family. And yeah, they're such just a loving family. Hey, I'm reviewing the book A Beautiful Boy, and it's about a father that goes through and with his son's addiction. His son was seriously addicted to a lot of drugs and alcohol. I'll get into that in a second. But so before his son started all the drugs and stuff like that, he was a really great guy. He was a great family guy, did good in school, did good at grades and stuff, made good friends and everything. He was a really good person. And then when he was around 16, he started doing drugs and drinking alcohol. He was just smoking weed. Yeah, he was just smoking weed all the time, and that made him so. The weed made him depressed and happy for a long, long time. But the weed made him depressed, and the father, which is the main character of this book, didn't know what to do. He was kind of just in shock about how his son's going through this. He tried helping him though, but the father still had to take care of the family and stuff. But the son started getting used to the weed. His son got used to the weed, so like he said, a quote, "It doesn't have the same effect on me anymore." And so I guess that means, yeah, it's not, I guess that means he got used to it.